Good morning and welcome back to another daily market outlook video where I'm going to discuss with you all the major dollar pairs and gold. Starting off today with the DXY. On the daily time frame, what we can see is that yesterday we continued down a little bit lower, but overall, in my opinion, we're just consolidating. And I do expect some lower prices for the DXY heading towards this liquidity low or even this liquidity low over here. If we then go to the 4-hour, what we can see is that we broke down on the 1 hour the structure over here, and we're just a bit of ranging between like this gap here and this low, but on the 1 hour it's more clear for me. Over here, what we can beautifully see is that, as I talked about, I wanted to see this high get swiped over here. So this supply zone got taken out and just acted as some liquidity. I'm marking that out quickly. Then after that liquidity grab and a touch in towards the 4-hour open demand zone that was situated above, we started to break down lower. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, we started to trade down lower with some aggressive moves in towards the downside. But for me, there's not a lot of liquidity above this high here. So I would have preferred if that got taken out, then a change of character and then some continuation shorts in towards the downside. We didn't get them. So price just came up higher, took out some internal liquidity and then started to trade down lower as of now. This is not a low that I want to trade off higher, so I do expect this low to go eventually, but these highs as well are just like descending highs and making it for me a little bit of equal highs here. So I would prefer if we can just trade up higher during NFP today, take out the liquidity in from this high because there's no liquidity in this move. Then we trade back in towards the supply zone that's situated over here. Also not really strong, not like a lot of momentum and volatility in the market. So either I want to see a push in towards this gap and supply zone, then see a change of character down to continue down lower towards the liquidity highs marked out on the 4-hour and daily time frame. Or what I could see happen is that we trade up even higher, take out all these highs, and then see a change of character once again to continue in towards the downside. But for now, especially today because of NFP, I'm not going to place any trades. I've already made my trades in the beginning of this week. So not needed for me to expose myself in the market, especially at a volatile day as NFP. Just going to wait what it will do and act on it next week. Then we have Euro USD, and on Euro USD on the 4-hour, what we can see is that we took a beautiful long position over here as discussed in yesterday's outlook. We had a demand zone, 4-hour change of character, took liquidity and then a push in towards the upside. Once again, on the 1-hour, it's a little bit clearer for me as of now. I do want to see Euro USD head up higher and I do want to look for a new long. Yesterday, I saw these lows and I wanted to take them out as liquidity. That's what we did now. We also took out some liquidity underneath this low that I had marked out. But I still want to see a deeper retracement, and together with that DXY, I just hope that we can, with NFP today, push down even lower towards this liquidity over here, and then see a change of character to look for new longs next week. Or we do this only then a little bit lower with this liquidity low situated here. The low over here is considered strong for me because it took out liquidity and we had a 4-hour break of structure from that low. So I don't want to see that low get broken, and I want to see a reaction from either this liquidity or this liquidity. Now together with this ugly ascending highs price action over here, it would be even better if we can see the reaction from this low, because then we take out all this liquidity, we take out liquidity underneath here, and then I do think there is enough liquidity to provide us with the next push in towards the upside. If this does not happen, then we'll just wait for our next opportunity. But as of now, what I kind of do expect is that we have a ugly supply zone over here. Maybe we push down lower from this supply zone, or we take out those highs and then see a break in towards the downside, grabbing some liquidity underneath here, and then the change of character up. But yeah, it's going to be a waiting game for me till next week. Also, if we look at this, then on the 4 hour, we have a pretty big range for now. So we are still bullish on the 4 hour, but this is not a low I want to trade off. It's just a push down and then immediately a reaction in towards the upside. So that's not really strong for me. So yeah, let's just see if we can continue down lower, then make some real nice lows here, as we did over here. Swiping liquidity, a push up, a push down, and then a break up. And let's see if we can get some good longs in towards next week. On GU, it's kind of the same story. We had some ugly lows situated over here on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, it's a bit more clear. Then ugly lows over here I want to see taken out. We did break 4 hour bullish over here, so that means we can now look for longs. Only thing is, this is just all really, really ugly price action, and I would prefer if we can take out all of this liquidity underneath here, even underneath these lows, then see a change of character in towards the highs and trade it up higher. Also, there is like a lot of liquidity above these highs here, just like descending highs, and I want to see them get taken out as well, but preferably these highs stay open. We make another liquidity high here, we break down, grab everything underneath here, and then this is a beautiful target to trade towards. But it's going to be waiting as well on what DXY is going to do. Then on NZD USD, what we can see is that from this demand zone, as I talked about in the last few days, we did push up higher in towards the high. So this is now our swing for our swing structure. We want to see a retracement towards at least the 0.5 weekly and monthly open. This weekly open is going to change, of course, on Monday, but the monthly open then, preferably we take out liquidity underneath this low, and then we trade up higher from there. Also, if I look at the 1 hour, still, yes, there is some liquidity being grabbed, but I mean, it's not the strongest of lows in my opinion, and it's also because we kind of reacted from nothing. Yes, there was some liquidity underneath here, but it was not significant liquidity. So yeah, let's see if we can push down lower and then see a change of character together with that DXY moving higher. It would be perfect. On AUD USD, we also got some nice price action. We took out the liquidity underneath here now, and we're seeing a little bit of a reaction from the 0.5 and the monthly weekly open. Still, I do expect that, yeah, with the NFP, we're going to push up a little bit higher, then continue down lower, preferably taking out this liquidity underneath here, tapping back in towards this demand zone situated over here that was created with the last move that we traded long, and then from here see a change of character in towards the highs and grab a new long position. Going to hide this quickly. Make this a little bit more beautiful. So maybe a push up in towards here, then a push down, continuation down lower, grabbing liquidity underneath this low, touching the demand zone, and then a change of character in towards the highs once again. So that's going to be the plan on AUD USD. Then on USD CAD, beautifully what happened, because yesterday what I said is that these highs were not really convincing for me, and what I like after this break in the morning, I think a lot of people went short from here already, because on the 4 hour we did get a 4 hour break of structure, but the way this was created was with a little bit of low volume, not real moves happening. So I wanted to see and wait if we could get, like I said yesterday, a push in towards the highs, then like clear manipulation up, then a breakdown, and then continuation down lower. And as you can see, we did push up higher now. We are trading inside this supply zone over here. We are in premium prices between this swing high and this swing low. So what can happen now is, I hope, because this is just really ugly, one more swipe of the highs, then a clear breakdown, and we can trade it down lower. Or what would be even more beautiful, also with that DXY retracing a little bit higher, is that we can push up even higher, take out the liquidity above this supply zone or even above these equal descending highs, and then see a change of character from there to continue down a new swing leg down. And then there is a lot of room and lows to be taken out, so just going to be waiting on that for next week. Then we have USD JPY, and of course USD JPY, as every day, going to be rather quick. Still not trading this because this is not price action that I want to be or get involved in. Then we have USD CHF. USD CHF on the 4-hour did now break structure in towards the downside, as you can see over here. Last week I talked about how I wanted to see the liquidity that I marked out above this high over here. I wanted to see that get swept and then a change of character in towards the downside to trade down lower. But we just created some really ugly highs over here, and we didn't grab this kind of liquidity point. It's not like real clear liquidity, but I had to mark out something that could act as liquidity, but not the most beautiful. Then we continued down lower, so no trades to be taken for me there. And now we did break structure in towards the downside, so this became our swing high. This became our swing low. And what do I expect now? I expect price to continue up higher, preferably taking out these ugly highs over here, and then provide us with a change of character in towards the downside to continue down lower, in line with the swing structure, to take out these ugly lows over here and even the liquidity situated over here. But yeah, we're going to have to wait for this, and maybe price just wants to continue down lower, and then that's perfectly fine, but then there's no trade to be taken for me on USD CHF. Then last but not least, we have gold, and gold pushed up higher from swiping this low over here, as I talked about last week. There were no trades to be taken for me because I had to wait till this 4-hour structure broke in towards the upside. If we go to the 1 hour, then we can see that we had swing structure situated over here, but we only swiped these lows and didn't break them. Is that correct? Let me check. Over here, yeah, we just swiped the low, so no break of structure in towards the downside there. Now what we did do, or what I said yesterday, is I wanted to see these lows swipe, then a change of character in towards the highs, and then I would be happy to trade higher. And we have to see what can happen. If we go to the 4-hour, then we have some liquidity situated above this high that can be taken out, and liquidity situated above this high that can be taken out. I do still think that we can trade lower because we didn't go underneath the 0.5 Fib. We did came close though, but still a lot of ugly lows, and I am going to stay out for now on gold until it's really clear what we want to do. Because also in this whole move up, there is not a lot of liquidity situated. Like no lows got taken out, just price continuing down or continuing up higher, and not like real clear structure that I can trade from. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching once again. Today's Friday, so we're going to enjoy our weekends, and we're going to be back on a Monday morning with a new daily market outlook. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm here Monday to Friday with new daily market updates. Enjoy your weekends. See you guys next week. Bye.